Yeah, not happy with the camera angle, but I'm not going to mess with it today. So, spinning takes concentration. This is plying. I'm not quite spinning. You can't see what I'm doing because of my hands, but there's a smaller video that goes over plying. Out the window's my garden. I don't know why it's doing that light adjusting thing again. I have no idea what causes that. Every now and then somebody will ask me my opinion or my help on something technical, and it's like, do you pay attention to the fact that I don't know what I'm doing technically? I understood cameras. I understood cameras. I understood computers back in the trash 80 days. I don't understand them anymore. Trust me, I'm a dinosaur with bad posture and a really unflattering camera angle. I was reading a thing about how millennials and Gen Z don't trust you unless you give them the negative first, because they've spent their entire life with people only giving compliments. I can understand that. I really can. I think people my age, if you were in a good school, grade school, were the first wave of the we need to give people positive reinforcement because they have low self-esteem ish. I remember being taught to say, I'm sorry you feel that way, as opposed to saying, I'm sorry you're mad at me, as opposed to saying, I'm sorry I screwed up and hurt your feelings. Because we were taught not to take responsibility, that it was the other person's emotions and that it was their responsibility and all that. And that's pretty much what carried over into the millennials. Now there's this accusation that all that positive thinking resulted in a generation or two of narcissists. And I don't see that either. I really don't. It's like the whole, everybody got participation trophies. Those trophies weren't for the kids. Those trophies were for the parents. Because the school did not want to deal with the parents saying, why didn't my kid? That wasn't Gen X and millennials. It really wasn't. See, I sit here and I try to think my way through things. And I try to think my way through things and come... Half the time I haven't finished the thought yet. I'm actually thinking the thought out loud and trying to see what I believe or what I think. I really don't like the way that light keeps flickering back and forth, and I don't know how to fix it. I'm sort of closing my curtain. Anyway, I will sit here. If you're with me and we're having coffee, I will think my way through what I believe about something with another person. And I'm liking the camera. And my subscriber, all 28 of my subscribers, and all 5 people who actually watch, as a way to think my way through things. There's a lot of pushback that the entirety of the baby boom generation is bullshit. I don't agree with that. I think that a large proportion of the baby boom generation is bullshit, and I think that a large proportion of them defend their generation without acknowledging that there's a problem. When I was young, the big thing was to become a yuppie. Young urban professional. I walked away from it. I walked away from the money involved. I walked away from the lifestyle, the coach purse. I did not want that. A lot of Gen X's did. So when you say Gen X and group us all in one group, there's a huge number of us that did sell out. There's a huge number of baby boomers that sold out. There are millennials who have sold out. There are millennials working the stock market who have sold out. It's not the generation specific. Although there's a higher proportion within the baby boomers, but that's just basic attrition. It really is. It's like somebody made a comment that if a man is over 75 years of age, he has an 85% chance of having served in the military. Well, yeah, there were wars. There was conscription, I can talk. There was the draft. They didn't have a choice, okay? And more specifically, veterans have a higher survival rate overall than non-veterans because we know what to do to take care of ourselves, even if we don't. Baby boomers with means with good insurance survived longer than baby boomers without good means without insurance, basically. Therefore, there's a higher proportion now that we're sellouts. Same with Gen X. You know, you watch the news stories about people can't afford their insulin. If they had premium insurance, they wouldn't be having this problem because those prices are set for the insurance company to pay them. And therefore, you have a war of attrition. You have people dying off for lack of medical care, for lack of nutrition. And as we get older, each generation becomes more and more jaded because the survivors are the ones that survive. I'm not making any sense. If you look at Vietnam, bad example. I don't think I have a good example on this one. I think I'm going to have to think about it some more. I don't like people making generational insults. I don't like all this generation is that bullshit, because it's not true. All this income class, all this education class, all this job category, sure, but not all this generation. All this generational insults rank up too hard with race insults. They rank too hard with gender insults. So, on a friend's wall last night, the friend had posted about trans women getting killed. And a friend of theirs commented, well, if they didn't dress so glamorously, they wouldn't be a target. And this was women of color getting targeted. And I popped open the news article and read it, and did a little bit of looking around online to see what she could be referring to for dressed so glamorous. And this person was basically referring to African American Friday night date night. Let's put on the makeup and the hair and go out in a dress. It wasn't glamorous, at least not within the cultural context. But this person saw it as glamorous, therefore. And I made a comment. I made several comments that I erased because it's a friend's wall. And I finally ended up posting, your comments are a prime example of misogyny, racism, and TERF, trans-exclusive radical feminism thought processes. And the woman replied back, I'm not a TERF for these reasons. The woman did not reply back, I'm not a racist. The woman did not reply back, I'm not a misogynist. The woman replied back, I'm not a TERF. Which tells me the woman doesn't even see her own racism or misogyny, and knows damn well she has TERF thoughts. Okay, because that's what she felt defensive about. The woman is a baby boomer. That's what started this thought process. This is somebody whose self-identity and identity throughout their I just tangled. Hi. Yeah, concentration. Did I mention concentration? This is somebody whose identity throughout her community is of being an open-minded liberal. And you hit up against this all the time. When Obama got elected, I watched people who I had known as die-hard liberals turn off Rachel Maddow and Oberman, I don't like the dude, and turn on Fox News. Die-hard liberals suddenly changed their entire political belief system the day after Obama got elected, and haven't changed it back. Not swing voters, die-hard union liberals. And the only reason was race. Because they were only liberal so long as they were being liberal about people who look like them. The same as the Socialist Rifle Association applied for membership in a rifle thing. They wanted to go to SHOT Show. And they were originally accepted, and then there was pushback on the conservative side, and then they got kicked out because we don't want no socialists. Socialist Rifle Association's motto is to protect and teach minorities and LGBT, people who are not being served by the NRA's right-wing Christian belief system. It's not that they don't want socialists, it's that they don't want minorities. I'm rambling. This is why I should think these things out before I start. It's at 11 minutes, so we're going to go to 12 minutes and call it good. Because these things take too long to upload, you know? So, almost done. You can't see it. I can't. Let's see if I can do this. There, see? Almost done. Almost done. Anyway. Give me your thoughts, because I'm still thinking my way through this. And I know I started on one subject and ended on another, and yeah, that's me. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.